Have you ever stopped to wonder why your financial world feels both so vast and so tightly controlled at the same time? Why, despite working harder or earning more, some individuals still feel trapped in a cycle of uncertainty, while others seem to thrive effortlessly? These questions may seem personal, yet they are reflections of a much larger system, one that blends centuries-old financial structures with the emerging influence of artificial intelligence, creating both opportunities and unseen pressures on human well-being. At the heart of our modern economy lie financial institutions, primarily banks, whose decisions ripple through the lives of millions every day. Historically, banks have served as intermediaries, connecting savers with borrowers, facilitating trade, and managing risk. Yet, in today's world, these institutions have become far more complex. They manipulate financial instruments, influence interest rates, and even shape economic narratives through reporting and strategic disclosures. This influence is not inherently negative, but it is profound. The way banks declare their financial positions can affect everything from employment rates to the cost of essential goods. And in the era of AI, the subtlety and scale of these influences are growing exponentially. Consider how AI algorithms now play a role in financial decision-making. Sophisticated models analyze consumer behavior, predict market fluctuations, and even determine creditworthiness with unprecedented speed. On one hand, AI can help identify patterns humans may overlook, offering better risk assessment and efficiency. On the other hand, the integration of AI into finance also amplifies inequalities, sometimes unintentionally. Algorithms may reflect biases present in historical data, privileging certain groups over others, while the opacity of AI systems leaves many consumers unaware of how decisions affecting their financial lives are made. In essence, the marriage of AI with financial structures both empowers and challenges human well-being, raising questions about transparency, fairness, and control. When banks issue financial declarations, quarterly earnings reports, asset valuations, or risk assessments, these statements do more than inform investors. They send signals that shape global economic confidence, influencing everything from stock prices to national economic policy. For the average person, this cascade can be felt in subtle yet tangible ways. The interest rate on a mortgage might rise, the cost of loans for small businesses might increase, or inflationary pressures may make basic necessities less affordable. These effects are often indirect, almost invisible, yet they touch every corner of daily life. The decisions made in boardrooms resonate in our grocery bills, our energy costs, and even the financial stress that can impact our mental health. Human well-being is intricately linked to economic stability. Stress from financial uncertainty is now recognized as a major factor in both mental and physical health. Chronic worry over debt, job security, or access to essential services can trigger anxiety, depression, and even cardiovascular issues. In this light, the transparency and fairness of financial structures become more than economic concerns, they become public health concerns. AI, when used responsibly, offers potential remedies. Predictive analytics can identify early warning signs of financial stress. Personalized advice systems can help households manage debt more effectively, and automated financial monitoring can alert regulators to emerging risks before they cascade into crises. Yet, without ethical oversight, the same AI tools could exacerbate vulnerabilities, reinforcing cycles of inequality and insecurity. The manipulation of financial systems by banks is a nuanced topic. It is not simply about malicious intent, it is often about optimization of profit, risk management, and competitive positioning. Banks may present their financial health in ways that attract investment, or leverage regulatory frameworks to maximize capital efficiency. While this is a natural function of any profit-driven enterprise, the consequences extend far beyond the institution itself. For example, the securitization of loans, the practice of pooling debts into tradable financial products, can spread risk across the global economy, but it can also create systemic vulnerabilities, as seen in past financial crises. Each declaration, each adjustment in accounting, each subtle shift in asset valuation, is a message with real-world impact on communities, families, and individuals. As AI becomes more deeply embedded in financial operations, these impacts could grow in speed and complexity. Algorithmic trading can execute thousands of transactions in milliseconds, amplifying volatility. Credit scoring algorithms may adjust access to loans in ways that reinforce existing inequalities. Even marketing AI can subtly influence spending behavior, nudging consumers toward products or services in ways they may not consciously recognize. In this context, the traditional human lens of financial literacy, understanding interest rates, budgets, and loans, must expand to include awareness of AI's role in shaping financial outcomes. Knowledge becomes a tool not only for managing personal finances but also for understanding the broader structures that influence well-being. So what should we know about this intersection of finance, AI, and human well-being? First, awareness is paramount. Understanding that financial declarations are not just numbers on a page, but signals with ripple effects, allows us to make informed choices and advocate for transparency. Second, ethical considerations in AI must remain central. Algorithms should be designed with fairness, accountability, and inclusivity in mind, ensuring that the technology amplifies human well-being rather than deepening inequities. Third, personal financial literacy remains vital, but it must evolve. In the AI era, it is not enough to know how to manage a budget or invest wisely. Individuals must also understand how automated systems, predictive models, and financial algorithms can influence opportunities and risks. The narrative of finance is no longer only about banks or investors, it is about the daily experiences of humans navigating a world shaped by these forces. Every financial declaration, every AI-driven prediction, and every systemic shift has human consequences. Recognizing this interconnectedness allows us to approach financial systems with both critical reflection and practical strategies for resilience. We can advocate for policies that prioritize transparency, support the development of ethical AI, and cultivate personal and collective financial literacy. In doing so, we take steps toward a financial ecosystem that supports human well-being, rather than merely serving profit or abstract metrics. Ultimately, understanding the modern financial structure is an act of empowerment. By connecting the dots between institutional actions, AI influence, and human experience, we gain the ability to make more conscious decisions about how we spend, save, invest, and participate in broader economic systems. Awareness is not just intellectual, it is deeply practical. It is the lens through which we can assess the health of our communities, anticipate challenges, and seek solutions that honor human dignity and well-being. In conclusion, the intersection of finance, AI, and human life is both complex and deeply consequential. Banks, algorithms, and financial declarations do not exist in isolation. They ripple outward into the daily lives of people, affecting mental health, economic opportunity, and overall well-being. In the AI era, the speed and opacity of these forces are unprecedented, yet the opportunity for awareness and agency is equally profound. By reflecting on these dynamics, understanding the ethical implications of AI, and cultivating both personal and collective financial literacy, we can navigate this landscape with resilience and intentionality. The modern financial system, while intricate and sometimes opaque, is not beyond comprehension or influence. Knowledge, reflection, and ethical engagement are the tools through which we can ensure that the structures designed to manage wealth also serve the broader goal of human well-being.